Myself, I am Dr. Jntuh. In this class, I am going to discuss with the operations of OS, distributed system, multi-programming, multitasking, and various computing environments. Before moving to the class, these are all the topics which we are going to discuss now. Operations of OS, multitasking, multi-programming, personal computers, distributed system, and various computing environment. Moving to the first topic, operating system operations. As we know that operating system is a software that acts as an interface between a computer hardware and a computer user. It is capable of operating in a dual mode. It can capable of protect itself as well as with the other systems. We need two modes of operation. One is a user mode and another one is a kernel mode. So this can also be called as supervisor mode, system mode, or privileged mode. A bit called as a mode bit is added to the hardware to indicate whether the particular current mode is a kernel mode. It is indicated as 0, and it is a user mode. It is indicated as 1. While sometimes software error or request creates here, it is called as an exception or a trap. So this can be explained with the help of a diagram. Whenever a user is going to process an execution, a system call is created. The system call is then transferred to the kernel. Here, the mode of execution of system call will take place at two methods. One is trap. The bit will be assigned to 0. It represents the kernel mode. The trap will again assign to the return mode. The mode will be set as 1. It is called as a user mode. After that, the execution of the system will give all its control to the another original system call. So this is the process behind the operating system operations. Another important feature in the operating system is a timer mechanism, which is used to prevent the infinite loop condition. A timer can be set to interrupt the computer after a specific period of time. Operating system can capable of decrement the counter. Every second, the timer interrupts and decrement the counter value by 1. As long as the counter is become positive, the control is returned to the user. When it becomes negative, the operating system terminates from the program from the exceeding limit. Other important feature of the OS is a multitasking environment. Multitasking is nothing but ability of an operating system to perform more than one task at a simultaneous single point of time. It will reside in the memory. For example, if I am a computer user, I am simultaneously opening the 4 different types of application. For example, word processor, email, web browser, and antivirus. This OS will act as an interface and share the equal resources to the 4 application which is opened by me. Here, the CPU will act as a resource manager to allocate the resources to the operating system. The operating system will simultaneously share the particular resources to the users. The multiprogramming is another important concept in the OS that is also similar to the multitasking, whether it differs only in the memory. So this is a diagram to explain the multiprogramming concept. Here, the user is opening the 4 different type of application in the operating system. The operating system will schedule the resources for the 4 different number of jobs, and it will reside in the main memory. As we know that the next topic is personal computer. Personal computer is dedicated to the single user. It was introduced in the year of 1970. There are many types of computers are there: microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers. The main goal of operating system is to provide the effective utilization of CPU and peripheral devices. For example, we can say that MS-DOS, Microsoft Windows, and Apple Macintosh are the popular examples of personal computers. While moving to the next topic, different types of computing environment. As we know that computers can capable of solving different logical program to produce the result. As a result of that, the data is going to be processed and exchange the information between the different types of computers. So these are the types of computers: traditional computing, mobile computing, distributed computing, client server computing, peer-to-peer computing, virtualization, cloud computing, and real-time embedded system. Moving to this one, traditional computing. Traditional computing are the old ones. They are standalone general purpose machine. In this type of machine, they are using the WAN technology for the wider bandwidth. It is used by the more number of users. Here, the mobile computing environments are restricted to the similar sequences because it will be restricted to number of users. Hence, in the traditional computing, they are using the WAN technology for the wide number of bandwidth. It is also capable of producing different types of firewalls as it produces and protect the networks from the security breaches from the unauthorized access of a third party and from the internet attack. Moving to the next system is the mobile computing. Mobile computing is nothing but handheld devices are called as mobile computing. Compared to the desktop and the laptop, handheld devices are smartphones and tablets. A unique feature in this mobile computing is an embedded GPS chip, which allows the mobile device to use the satellite and to locate the user anywhere in the earth. The reason behind this technology is IEEE 802.11 standard, wireless standard has been used. Two types of operating system are very common in this mobile computing. One is Apple iOS and another one is Google Android. Both will be differ in their memory capacity and the processing speed. Moving to the next technology, distributed system is a collection of heterogeneous network which will provide the user and access to the various resources. Network is a communication path. It is provided by the TCP/IP protocol where it is interconnected by the nodes. It is classified into four categories: LAN, local area network; WAN, wide area network; MAN, metropolitan area network; and PAN, personal area network. Each will be interconnected with each other. The next technology is client and server technology. Here, the client will send a request to the server. On receiving that particular request, the server will respond to the response message. Here, the file server system provides the interface of client for storing and retrieving of data. The next technology is the peer-to-peer communication. No server will be allowed in this type of communication. All will be clients here. Here, the client will send a request to your other client in the form of discovery protocol. So this will include voice over IP and Napster protocol. For example, we can say the Skype environment. So the next technology is virtualization is an operating system which will reside and compiled for a particular CPU architecture with another operating system. So here, the best example for the virtualization technology is a VMware. We can run both the application, one as a guest, another as a host. VMM, that is called as Virtual Machine Manager, which will provide the virtualization services to the different type of users. The VMM can run the operating system and manage the resources and protect, and it provides to the other resources. Apple, for example, we can say that the Apple laptop running on the Mac OS host, which is act as a primary host as well as the secondary host. It will allow the another environment as a guest login. The next technology is a cloud computing. As we know that cloud is a storage where we can access the millions of data from the cloud. The best example of cloud computing is Amazon cloud. Here, millions of virtual machine has been deployed. Whenever the application of a user, they can retrieve the technology from the cloud. Based upon this cloud computing, it is classified into three categories: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Public cloud, it is available via internet to anyone, those who are willing to pay and use the services. Private cloud is owned by a company. Hybrid cloud includes both the public and private cloud components. So next, the technology which we are using is a software as a service, that is SaaS. One or more application we can use via the internet, that is called as word processor. Next one is platform as a service. We can use via the database server. Next one is infrastructure as a service. We can use over the internet for the backup usage. Another important feature of a cloud computing is a traditional OS, which we use VMM as an application. It is protected by the firewalls and the load balancing, which provide the multiple application of public cloud by using the IaaS operation in the